Hey Guardians, Ebontis here. Gonna do my solo run through of the Nightfall with my Titan first. I'll get the rest of them up as the week goes, but I'm gonna start with the Titan. Modifiers, we got our Voidburn, Brawler, Grounded, and Trickle. Main two ones to watch, Voidburn if you have Taken, definitely can be an issue. So be careful of those. And Brawler, if you jump in the air, you're gonna be taking extra damage, so try and run away as opposed to jumping away if you can help it. If you jump on your Sparrow and run right through here, you can get through this area pretty quickly, not really have to fight those enemies, and your Sparrow will help you cover some ground a little quicker. If you don't fall. If you do, it's not the end of the world. Wow. Epic fail this morning. Anyway, so come down in here and we'll get the strike started off. And once you come around this doorway, it depends on if you're going to have Cabal or Taken or what, so check out and look. If you've got no enemies here, it's likely you're going to have Taken. Or Cabal and Taken, a little bit of both. So I've got a Blight, but I've also got Vex in here as well. This is just kind of an odd combo. Alright, so that happened. Grab some ammo if you can. And we will move on. Alright, deploying the ghost. As soon as you deploy the ghost, make sure you retreat back to the doorway where you entered, and that's pretty much the safest spot to start this fight. And we'll kick it off. I ran too fast, dang it. You really have to wait till that ghost leaves your hand, otherwise it doesn't count. It's kind of annoying, but oh well. Try this again. There you go. Now that it's appeared, you're good to go. Fight off the ambush, and we'll see what we get. Alright, so depending on which enemies you get, looks like I've actually got Vex this morning. I've seen Taken. With Taken, you want to make sure and watch out for the Centurion. That Axiom Dart is going to be very lethal with Void, so just be careful of that. Here, the Minotaurs are actually going to be pretty painful, depending on if they're Void or if they're Solar. Depends on what they're firing. They can have different options, but these Zealots right now have some line rifles that hurt. So be careful of these as well. Normally those are only reserved for the Hobgoblins, so I'm mixing it up this morning. Occasional use of a grenade, though, can be pretty helpful, especially if a Minotaur is involved. Now, it is Brawler, so you can punch like crazy, but you typically will want to try not to do that. Using my Hawksaw this morning, I was messing around with it in PvP, so I may as well just run with it. Nope. Ow. If you do peek around this corner, you can pull the Minotaur. Try and time him when he actually goes between teleports so you're not shooting a rocket at air. And then just take your time and keep peeking around here, working these goblins down. Or Zealot, yeah, Goblin Zealots. If you get close, typically you'll pull the Hobgoblin. Sorry, Minotaur, that guy. And rockets are pretty effective on those. It's just nice to take them out quick, just because their ability to take you out is actually pretty powerful. Sniper will work pretty well on these guys, especially the yellow bar ones. Got plenty of ammo at the moment, so it's not too bad. And apparently I despawned them. So yeah, go for the major, and you can get the rest of the guys to despawn. And it doesn't sound like I'm done. So defeat the Cyclopses. That's actually going to be around the corner. So, doors open. We're done with this room. This is the Vex version. If you have Taken, again, the main thing to watch out for is the Centurion, the Axiom Dart. It's going to be pretty lethal. If you have Cabal in here, I don't actually think that one's going to be too bad. So, next room is on. Alright, so once you come around this corner, you're going to have a Cyclops here in the back. If you get a couple shots on it, you'll see it start to do its random firing. When it's doing that, you'll actually do less damage. So just take your time here, let it calm down again, put a couple shots in the middle, and you'll get it doing its random shots. You don't want to creep out too close just because you'll have a lot of enemies down below, and you want to make sure and take those out in a completely separate manner. Now sometimes there'll be an ammo crate down here, sometimes not. If you've already picked it up, it's not coming back. So, next thing you want to look and see what is down below. You're going to have quite a bit down there. That was a pretty effective grenade, if I do say so myself. And how many? I'm using rockets right now just because there's quite a bit to deal with. Again, down below me, still quite a bit more. Now, if you have a Minotaur chasing you, it's best to try and retreat. Give yourself some distance. They will push in this doorway. And you want to wait till they kind of stop teleporting. If they get too close to you, you really may not have a lot of choice but to jump and run, but you want to keep your feet planted if you can. Again, remember, grounded is definitely going to catch you off guard, because some of the things in here, especially if it's void burn, or even some of the snipers on accident, you're going to take some painful shots. Well, I am out of sniper ammo at the moment. Always fun. We do have rockets. Trying to see if I had any sniper ammo. I had a little bit to pick up. So you'll notice around the next corner you've got another Cyclops. So same thing as before. Use cover as your benefit. And again, see, you do about half the damage you normally would. So it's worth saving your bullets if you can until it calms down. And that void bomb shot that it has, very, very, very painful, so be careful of even letting that thing start to launch. It's slow so you can run away, but if you see it, make sure you do run away quickly. That one's just going to be painful as all get out. It's pretty much a one-shot. I haven't seen it not kill me yet. Well, grazed beyond my head, so I got kind of lucky there. Again, between reloads, make sure you grab cover and take it out. Now the last one up top is going to be kind of difficult. Couple greens here, not a big deal. Those won't mess my postmaster up at least. But the last Cyclops is right up above, and this one is going to be the hardest to get to. For one, you're going to have some enemies that you got to watch out for on the sides. And two, you might actually get some more enemies that spawn. Forgot about those. They will be coming, and we got a Minotaur. Beautiful. Normally I tell you guys not to fly, but it's not a bad time to do it. I don't like to mess around with Minotaurs very much. They tend to be more of a pain than you might expect, so I just like to take those out quickly. That's why rockets are pretty nice and beneficial. While they're not void, some can be void, some not, so you never quite know what you're going to get out of a Minotaur. And I just don't like to gamble. It's not worth it. So once you've taken out this area, again, grab some ammo, see if your sniper's there. Now here's the fun part. You sometimes can actually get your shots onto the Cyclops without actually taking too much damage. But if you do it, make sure you get out of there quick. It's little random shots like that are going to go nuts. And as powerful as that thing is, it's going to kill you pretty quick. Now something like a grenade, well, when you whiff, all it's going to do is just kind of make you annoyed. Come up here again, grab any quick shots you can, straight into the eye, and then as soon as you get it doing the random shots, come back down. All those random shots everywhere will definitely kill you. Listen for that audio cue that it's done freaking out, and we'll see if we can finish him off. Can't see him right now. Hello. How you doing? There we go. Alright. So that would be the Vex section. If you have taken in here, you're going to have quite a few Minotaurs and things up above. You're just going to have to take your time and work your way around. As they can warp, just be careful. If you have Cabal in here, you're likely going to be dealing with... I actually can't remember at the moment. It's been a while. But I'm apparently not even done. So I have the Cyclops. So now I get to deploy the Ghost and deal with what's next. So here we go. Again, what I do like to do, depending on the wave, it's just safer to come back down below and let things phase in. They're going to phase in and figure out where they're going to go. Now you've got enemies that spawned in. Apparently they're even with me. Oh, well, we've got Cabal this morning as well. Little Cabal, little Vex, all of the above. Why not? A little aim assist for you. Apparently I got Centurions like crazy this morning, so it's fun. Now you can punch, remember, so if these guys do come up here, just remember it's in your back pocket. Not always something I'll tell you, you don't want to depend on it, but if it's there, you can punch. Saves you those occasional moments. Got my little bonus shield right now, so that's nice. Pop his head clean off. And one more to go. Alright. Cabal down. As you guys can see, greens are dropping like crazy. You're not the only one if that's happening to you too, so. Who's the last? There we go. Couple more guys. Always take your time and don't go rushing too far ahead. A few of these guys just take a little while to get in the game. I do like to go through and clean out the greens just because it's a little easier to pick up blues and hold on to those. Greens I'm not so worried about. Ow. Apparently I'm not done. They really don't want me to be finished with this area, and that guy's going to hurt. So any majors you want to make sure and get your distance from, those scions can be more painful than you might expect. Of course, trying to find a way to actually get an angle on them can be somewhat difficult at times, because they like to hide. Like, a lot. So, try and take the high ground and find where he went. Got one up above. I think there's one down below. Yes, he's like directly below me right now. Where'd you go? It's like cat and mouse right now. He's over here, I know it. It's one way to finish him off. Alright, once you feel like you have the bottom area covered, these guys aren't so bad. Then creep your way around the side. Pretty much slowly work your way up the stairs. You never quite know what's up here. Don't want to walk into something unexpectedly and, you know, pay for it. Pay for it dearly. So, once that's done, we'll move on to the next section. So that would be the Vex room that I got there. We'll see if I get a different variation when it comes to my other characters. I'll run with those later so you guys can see potential options. You tend to figure out pretty quickly which option you're going to get, so see how it goes. The other characters can have more fun with their supers as well, so that's always more fun. Looks like there's a Minotaur over there having some fun with some people. As this is actually like a Cabal and Vex just battle going on, you can let them duke it out for a little while and see who wins. Because honestly, unless they see you or you really tick anything off in here, you can let those guys fire at each other. While they may not be that accurate, they're going to weed out some of the guys that you would likely have to fight. So now I can creep in here, look and see what's around. That Hydra is going to be ultra painful. I know that one already. Wait for its shield to go away. You got to get your health back while you're waiting. It's definitely a good idea. They have seen me, so my level of surprise is definitely down. And again, remember those Hydras do explode when they die, so don't stand too near them if you get close. And just work these guys down. Looks like the Vex made pretty quick work of the Cabal. You again do want to watch out for those Minotaurs though. A couple sniper shots will take them mostly down. Finish them off with your primary, shouldn't be too bad. They do tend to have more than one of them with them though, so just remember, you're probably not done. There's going to be more coming. And again, try and save your grenades and stuff till you actually have to use them. They take forever to come back, so you just want to make sure and enjoy them. Now this little box here, gotta wait until that fire actually cooks out. Because it'll hurt. Now I shot the Hydra out of here, see if any ammo dropped. Hey, what do you know? Aw, boo. Nope. Sorry. Alright, so grab ammo, see what's around, and hey, what do you know? Plenty of sniper ammo. I seem to be having Vex this whole way through, so I'll probably have the same thing here. Looks like I've already got them spawned up in the back already. Come over here and deploy your ghost at this door. Sometimes you may not even have the opportunity, depending on if you have taken and stuff, it may just spawn once you cross this door. But just be careful when you do. And looks like I've got Vex. So, they're going to be behind that invisible wall that was in the back. They may or may not come out to you, so progress forward very slowly. Again, the main thing you want to watch out for, hobgoblins, those, but the Minotaurs are the big ones. Now, depending on where you're at, you can actually come up in this window here. Check your surroundings, see what's out here, and you might be able to pick some of these guys off pretty quick. As you can see, one of those goblins even has like the little void cannon, so even just a random goblin can be painful with the right weapon, so just be aware and be careful of that. And that guy almost got me just because I didn't quite finish him off. Oop, grenade. Really? You'd swear they all went to the same grenade throwing school. Wow. Talk about amazing timing. Nicely done. Have a little flank action here. Hi, how you doing? Now, you're likely not done once that first wave is done, so just remember that. And again, now's probably a good time, especially if you've got rockets, to use them on some of the bigger enemies. Again, this window's a nice place, but be careful if you do get pinched up here, you're going to have a whole lot to deal with fast. Right there, the Axis Minotaur, definitely one you want to take out quickly. You get a couple rockets on him, you'll save yourself a lot of time. He's going to be your biggest one to fight. There's probably one more guy floating around in here, unless they were all jumbled up together. Well, you know, I'm all done. Alright. Gonna go ahead and pop this crate, see what else is over there, and we'll head towards the boss room. Probably going a little slower than I have on this fight before, guys. I am sorry. Just with Vex being what it is, sometimes you gotta be a little more cautious with their void damage on void burn. And now we get to the fun part. Mostly all Cabal, which is good. There's very little that I can think of that's actually going to be void, so you kind of have that advantage. Some of the Scions though, but they shouldn't get too close to you, so yeah, shouldn't be too bad. Getting here is probably going to be harder than the actual fight. Come in this room, you do want to push forward a little bit. Going to be a couple Centurions up there, you want to make sure and take those out pretty quick. Ow. Well, apparently I'm going weapons this morning. Not sure what I was running, but he's going down now. Bye-bye. Yep, that's right, I'm punching him. Should I have used my bubble there? Probably not. I haven't used it all game though, so figure I may as well test what I was running. Got a few more stragglers down below. Just make sure your radar's completely clear before you kick the mission off. Otherwise you'll just have a few extra guys when you start out here, and this beginning part can be a little tricky with the way the guys spawn on you, so make sure it's all clear. How you doing? And alley-oop. Bam. I literally think I punched him in the private areas there. Not sure what Cabal have in that department, but oh well. Alright, so once you deploy your ghost, you've got a couple options here. You can try and push up and use your sword. Void burn with the void sword is extremely lethal. So you can take out a couple of these guys. If you sit in a bubble, you might be able to take them all out. I'm going to show you guys the more cautious way. I'll probably run the different variations of what you can run with this one, just so you guys can see it. But the main thing you want to do first here is you're going to have a couple enemies up here to start that you want to take out quickly. Again, be careful about your health. Gonna have some of these enemies pushing up. They're gonna come out of both sides. You're gonna have a pair or a trio kind of out of each doorway. These are the main ones you want to focus on first. They're jumping around like crazy right now. Me and my old T-Rex arms can't hit anything. So again, the main focus is these. Now once you're up here and you take out those first 6, you're gonna have a few more that come out behind you. So turn over here, put a few shots out this direction, and pull back out of your ADS scope and watch your radar. Here they come. As right on cue. And just try and pick them off as they come out. You'll save yourself a whole lot to deal with just because they're not too bad. Just a few legionaries back here. Nothing too major. Might even get some ammo out of it. Now, as the... Oh, got a few more. Well, one of the few times Brawler's kind of fun. May as well take advantage of it. Saves you some ammo. Total whiff. Really? One body shot doesn't take him out? Alright, well if you're going to go with the standard method of doing damage, I'll show you guys a pretty consistent way to take out the first one. You want to make sure and take out all the adds first though. That Centurion is going to be one you really want to focus down. Because then once you just have the Flayers themselves, and that's the only 3 sitting out there, you can at least do what I'm going to show you here. So you're going to have them on each side. They're going to be sitting at different pieces of cover. One of the first ones, what you want to do is try and pull him over here. Whichever one is closest over here, one of them will walk kind of in front of you. Sure enough, this one is going to be the arc one. So, what you want to do is work down the shield with what you can. Keep doing damage to it so that shield actually drops. And then once the shield is down, you're pretty much going to go for just keeping damage on them consistently. Watch for the head to peek out. And then once you actually get them to pull back behind, that's your time to reload. And just keep damage up. If you keep damage up, the shield won't respawn, depending on how much it's popping in and out. And you can sit here and use this method to work them down. Again, when they peek their head out, that's your opportunity that you really want to get damage on them. Because if they peek their head out and you don't get any damage on them, then you're definitely going to have some issues. That's when they're going to do some extra damage to you, and that's when they're also going to get their shield back, is if you don't tag them while their head is out. So keep that going. Again, reload when you get those opportunities. And it's a slow battle, but as you continue to tag him, he's going to pop in and out, but he's not really going to do that much damage to you. So this part is actually fairly manageable. And again, make sure you're a little farther back, because one of the Scions is going to be over there to your left. So it's just going to take a little bit of time. Now again, if you want to peek the head out here, you can do some damage with the sniper. Now if you do a big sniper shot, you're going to stagger him pretty well. And if you have a pretty solid sniper or a good scout rifle, you can actually really stagger them and take them down pretty quickly. If you just want to work them with primaries, you can do that. It's not always the easiest task in the world, but yeah, you want to make sure you can see that shield comes back fairly quickly. So you want to make sure you keep tagging them so that shield stays down. And again, if you creep too far forward, you're going to have that one over to your left start to tag you. And again, those extra shots there are going to be good. I'm going to put some rockets in. And that one is down. Now once that one goes down, you're going to have the next wave of enemies spawn. So now is a good time to try and grab any ammo that spawned and then come back and retreat, because the ship is going to come flying in, bringing quite a few enemies, and that part's going to be painful. So, come back up here to your cover. I've still got that ammo crate down below, but you're going to have enemies all over the place right now, so you just want to take out the adds. You're going to have quite a few all over the place, just some pretty standard Scions. Pick them off from wherever you can. See if there's any Cabal that are going to be coming up, like the Centurion, for example. Gotta love the joys of tracking. Oh, come on. Really, I need like a bullet in him. There. These guys aren't so bad. Watch your back. Make sure you get pull out of your radar occasionally so you can see if any guys are getting close. Got quite a few ads coming up here, though, so again, try and keep them at bay. Push them back. Keep the damage going out. And this fight can be done in waves, so I mean, this one is going to be a slower version of the fight. If you guys don't have the Void Exotic Sword, for example, it's a little harder to do the Void Exotic Sword method. So I'm trying to show you guys some alternatives. You can burn them down, especially with Bubble, run Blessing of Light, do the Exotic Sword method, put a ton of damage into them and just melt them down really fast, honestly. You get a ton of damage out with that Exotic Sword and those spin attacks, so you can vaporize these guys pretty quick. Make sure and watch for those Centurions. Try and tag them. Headshots work really effectively if you can get them off before they go hiding. Of course, I'm going to miss. Got an ad down below. Occasionally you can use a grenade. It's worth taking out 4 or 5 of these guys at the same time, just for that sake alone. Again, watch for that Centurion over there. He's definitely still going to want to kill you, even if he's going to be a weenie and hide as soon as you do damage to him. Man, terrible whiff. Alright, Centurion's in the open. Going to go for a couple headshots if I can get him to stand still for a minute. That's all it really takes. High impact sniper rifle. 1 headshot will burn through most of the shield, and then we'll work on the next one. Now the fun part. Make sure you got all the Scions down. If you need to grab any ammo, try not to waste any ammo, honestly, because you're going to need all you can get. It's a little harder to go get it down below because the Scions are down there, or the Flayers, I should say. Scions too, but definitely the Flayers. Now you've got the option of trying to figure out which way to attack the remaining 2 Scions. So I think that's one of them out in the middle. Yep. So we got this guy over here. He's creeping down. Let's see how close he gets. Yep, he's going to be hiding back here. Similar principle on this one over here. You can do your damage that you need. He is void, so taking down his shield is a little easier. Now, apparently, I'm not done, so I've got to run while that ship is coming in. So, more enemies are coming. And depending on what enemies you get and what direction they go, nice little rocket to the face can work. And sometimes they're just going to hide, because they're, as I said, they're big weenies, so. They realize this Guardian over here is taking out their buddies, and they don't want to lose, so. They're going to run and hide. Miss. Try and make your shots count, and then I'm going to go grab this special crate that's down below. If you see a special crate and you can't quite find it, it's down here in this middle room. And that will fill you right up. Again, be careful about flying around. Can be a risky endeavor at times. Just be careful how much you do it. These phalanx aren't going to be too bad about it, but of course other things can be much worse. I think I'm mostly just down to these 2 Scions. Gonna try and grab some ammo. Be careful when you do it. These guys don't hurt too bad, but again, if you get caught off guard, it's just gonna be worse. So, I've got the sword. I'll probably run that on another character. I probably should run it on this one with the bubble, but for example, of showing you guys how to do it without the bubble, I try and show you guys what could be potentially your harder method to deal with, so that way you can kind of have an example of how to handle these things. So I'm going to try and take out the arc one, but of course the void ones over here are going to give me a little anguish. If he doesn't creep around the corner, I can handle this one though. If you tag them once, you usually can get them to pop out, especially if you've got a nice sniper shot into them. You can start to stagger them as well. Now this will be the fun part. That should tag him twice. He should pop out. He's fast, apparently. Again, once you get that shield down, And you really can start staggering them once you get that shield down completely. But try and keep that shield down. Keep putting damage into them. It's always important. And then using rockets is a nice way to whittle them down a little more. And again, keep that damage going. Gotta work that shield down. Just gonna go ahead and finish him with a couple rockets here. Probably have... That's a wrap on him. Now once you kill the second one, you're gonna have another wave of enemies come in. This one is gonna have some major Centurions. At least one, but I want to say there's actually two. This is where you need to be very careful. Those guys, for one, seem to have extra damage, and two, they take a lot to kill. So try and take out the Scions first that you can find. There's going to be plenty of those. And when the ship brings the rest of the guys, keep your eyes peeled. The last guy will sometimes actually sit out in the open. I got some Colossus actually now. Those were coming at some point, I knew. Yeah, that last Flayer will sometimes just sit out in the open. For whatever reason, I can't explain it, don't know why. It's like when the other two are gone, he doesn't quite know how to handle what's left. So he will just like sit in the open. But yeah, that Colossus is going to be kind of a bit of a pain till you kind of shut him up. So put some shots into him, finish him off so you don't have to worry about him. There's a second one over there. Finish him off the same way. Save a sniper bullet. Once you got most of the ads down, the Flayer should be somewhere out here. And I'm creeping a little farther than I normally do, because all those guys are apparently going to come from the middle. All the Flayer Scions were hiding in the same place, so that was cute. They were having a little party, little get-together. They all want to pop out and surprise me. That was so nice. Unfortunately, you guys are not invited to my surprise party. So here's the part where, as I said, the Flayers can sometimes just sit out in the middle, and I don't know what causes it, but their AI will just cause them to just chill out there. He's not really moving, not really running away. Now I'm staggering the crap out of him right now, but he's at half health and he's just going to sit there. So you can actually pick him off from a distance. Now listen and see if there's any more Cabal ships that are going to come in or not, depending on what's going on. But what you want to do is just, again, keep the damage on him as much as you can. As I said, there's the ship that's coming in. The grenade's actually close enough, might have actually tagged him. And this is the one where the Colossus are coming, but you're also going to have some Legionnaires. I'm going to go ahead and pop a special synth, just so I can try and finish this one off. There is no point in using 3 of coins on this one, unfortunately. You can't get much out of it, so. That Colossus better not walk up the stairs. That's a fun way to fight him. I don't want to go toe-to-toe in a boxing match with a Colossus. I think it's a quick way to die. I haven't ever done it, but, you know, really not looking forward to trying to find out. Try and get a decent chunk of their health down with a sniper shot or two. Apparently I got some enemies below me. You can't shoot me, I'm over the grate. And there he is again. So if he's out here, getting all aggressive. Keep trying to work his shield down. Shield is actually down. Colossus out in the middle. Come on, don't go hiding now. You were doing so good giving me shots. Ow, ow, ow. Again, Colossus, important to take those out quick and early. Stagger him if you can. And then just finish him off if you really must. You're not even worth my time right now, guys. You're down below. Gonna try a little Weapons of Light if I can put him back in the middle. Get him staggered and see if I can finish him off. If he's just gonna stand there and take the shots, that's fine with me. But this should do it. Bam. That's game, set, and match. There you go. Last Nightfall for my Titan for taking King. Class armor, leg armor. Yeah, I'll have some blues to decrypt here. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This is kind of your longer method, just because if you don't have the exotic sword, you can't do that. If you're not a Titan running with a bubble with other people, you've got different options. So just wanted to show you guys an alternative. The exotic sword, definitely going to be the fastest. But this is just a very safe way. Use the cover, work their shield down, just keep pumping damage into them as they peek in and out, and you're going to work them down as long as the ads are down. So just make sure you know as soon as you take one of them down, wow, I will take that actually. 12-3 of coins. I've had worse, so it's not too shabby. Yeah. So thanks guys, as always, check out the main channel, subscribe there. I'll have plenty of content coming your way for Rise of Iron. I'll be doing my Challenge of Elder solos, I'll do my other solo of the Nightfalls, and as soon as private matches come up, I'll be tootling around all the PvP maps, and we'll see what those have to offer as well. Thanks again as always for the support, likes are appreciated, and just have fun this week guys. Leave comments below if you have questions, I'll get back to you guys as soon as I can. Have a good one.